Yo guys, happy day today. Happy, happy, happy. Uh, we're going to switch gears, We're going to go from, the modern semi-auto pistols to the old West wheel guns, revolvers, whatever the hell you want to call them, cylinder guns. I call them revolvers. That is a replica of the Colt Peacemaker. That's the RUGER Vaquero. And I ordered some really special grips for it, and I'm really happy how they came out. And I gotta mention this guy's company. Just hold on a minute, because I'm never ready. All right, the man's company is called Western and Wildlife Wonders. The guy makes custom leather holsters for revolvers. He makes custom leather holsters for shotguns. He makes custom leather holsters for rifles. All kinds of stuff, okay? I'm looking at his information here. And he also has non-firing, fully functioning, non-firing, fully functioning replica handguns and rifles, which is really, really cool. I'll show you. Okay. And I got the camera in the wrong setting again. Let me switch the camera over real quick. Okay, just to give you an idea of the stuff he has, here's some literature. Okay, non-firing, functioning, replica, handguns and rifles. And there they are. This is just if you're a collector and you just want to display these guns. Now remember, these are a lot cheaper than real guns, you know what I mean? And there's Mr. 45 Bullets pistol, but it's really a pistol, but it's a rifle from Wanted Dead or Alive, and that's the replica. But like I said, they don't fire. They're just replica, but they work. The mechanicals work in it. Okay. Alright, just wanted to show you what the man has. The guy's from Washington State. And man, he really did a beautiful job on my grips. Okay. And this is all, he has all this old stuff, all this old Western Civil War memorabilia, all this stuff, and pages and pages of stuff, all kinds of holsters, vests. There's the grips that I ordered from 310 to Yuma with the crucifix. There's a different kind of holsters he makes. And I think Mr. 45 Bullet was wondering if he made holsters for rifles, and yes he does, Bill, because they're right here. Okay. So, I'm going to show you what I just got in the mail from him. There is the RUGER Vaquero. That's what it looks like when you buy it. RUGER puts grips on there. They're okay, but I think everyone that buys one switches them out because they're plastic and they're too slim for the gun. They're just really slim. I don't like them. So, the man custom made me. I always liked that movie 310 to Yuma with Russell Crowe. And I love that Western. And I always admired them grips that Muscle Crowe. That Russell Crowe had on his Peacemaker. And Don is this man's name. Don Holman. And he made me a grip, he made me a set, and it only took like 2 weeks. 2 weeks, and he shipped them, and they got here quick, and they look awesome. Check them out. Look at that. I mean, they look really good. It looks like Russell Crowe took his grips off and gave them to me. That's what's going on in the Vaquero. Now, there's a little process when you put these on. You could just put them on with the screw if you want. You know what I mean? But to do it right, there's a little process, and I'm going to show you guys what the process is. I just wanted to give you a nice close-up of that. I mean, that's good work. You can see the cross is bent to the shape of the grip. See how it goes on a curve? That's good work, man. That's good work. Okay? Alright. So, let me show you what you got to do if you get these grips. The camera's going to focus for me. Hold on. Okay, this is for all you cowboy gun lovers. If you're not a cowboy gun lover, you're going to be, bored to tears. For my certain friends like Mr. 45 Bullet and the Armory Guild, Matt, guys like that, and, my Hollow Point, I think these guys appreciate this kind of stuff. You can just slap the grips on if you're never going to shoot the gun, but if you're going to shoot the gun, you need to do something. Okay, and I'm going to show you. I think I understand what's going on here. I read the directions, and I think I understand what's going on. When you need some JB weld. Okay, it's not complicated. I know you're like, oh, what the hell's all this? You need some JB weld, which I have. When you take these grips off, in the corner here, there's a hole, and a pin goes in the hole. And when you get them from Ruger, they're fitted just right for the pin. I'm talking about the outside diameter of the hole, or the inside diameter of the hole fits the pin just right. Now when Don makes these grips, because all guns kind of fluctuate, and the size varies, he makes the hole. See the hole here? He makes that hole a little bigger than usual. So what you do is, all you do is fill that hole with JB weld, just like that. Just get a spackle knife or a little putty knife and fill that flush. And then before you put it on the pin, there's a pin here, you want to coat the pin with soap first. Then after you coat the pin with soap, you fill the oversized hole with JB weld. Then you put the grip on the gun, and then just clamp it overnight and put the screw in, clamp it, and then it'll form to it. Now what you want to do is, after you do that, you take the grips back off, and then to make sure they come off, and then put them back on again, and then you're going to have a custom tight fit grip to your pistol. Okay? I don't know if you guys want to see me do this, but that's what you have to do. So maybe I'll show you how I do it. Hold on. Alright, the first thing I want to do, use a little common sense here, I'm going to take my grips off the gun, and I'm going to put the new grips on the gun and make sure they fit first. Okay? So, the gun's been cleared, shut the frig up, it's safe. Okay, I'm going to take this screw out. Now Don also supplies you with a longer screw, because these grips are going to be thicker than these slim grips, and the screw else has to reach across. You know what I mean? Fuck. Oops, sorry. Okay, it's a little longer, not much. Okay, now I'm taking this off. These are they're not big grips, they're solid, but I don't know, they're too mechanically correct. They don't look right on a Western gun. You want some, see how this is like, it's beautiful, but there's a little incorrections. It gives it an old West look. Now this is the pin I'm telling you about. I don't know if you can even see it. Let me zoom up. Okay. Here's the pin. This pin here, you want to fill the hole up with soap and coat the whole outside with soap. Okay. Then after I do that, I'm going to get the grip, fill that up. See the big hole, how big it is? I'm going to fill that up with JB weld, put the grip on. Okay. That fits nice already. And clamp it on there tight, and let the JB weld cure, and then let it sit. And then the soap acts like a release, so the grip can come off if you need to take it off. So let's go do that next. Okay, I was getting a little ahead of myself. I want to dry fit these grips first, okay? Man, look how beautiful they are. Don, You're very talented, buddy. You can see the curve doesn't even wave. It scoops right with the gun. Okay, that side fits nice. Okay, I want to see how the other side fits. I've wanted these grips. I can't even tell you how long I've wanted these grips. When I seen them grips on Russell Crowe's gun, I can't say his name. Why is it so hard to say? I'm like, man, if I could get a set of grips like that, I would be a very happy dude. Very happy. And I seen them. How I found them was I just hit images. I typed in what the hell did I type in? 310 to Yuma grips, and I hit images, and then I seen Don's grips, and I clicked on them, and it brought me right to his website. I'll put his website up on the link for you guys when I'm done this. There's a dry fit, and let me see how it looked pretty good. Let me make sure the hole lines up with the screw hole, and I can't see because I don't have a flashlight. They look good, man. We'll do a dry run here. See what happens. Oh yeah. I'm not going to crank down tight. I just want to see how. Now another way to check a grip fit on a revolver like this is here. You want to follow it all the way around. It's pretty damn good, man. It really is. Now once you put that JB weld on there, you want to position the grips to where you think they look great, and then you put a clamp on it and let it sit. JB weld dries pretty quick. Man, I think they look good. I think it's going to work out beautiful. Look at this. How beautiful is that, man? I don't know if you can see that. Is that a badass looking gun? Yeah. Okay. The dry fit is good. So now I'm going to do the JB weld on it. All right. I'm loving that. See you in a minute. Okay. I'm getting it prepared. Another thing I didn't bring up was also, if you put some JB weld here, it might squeeze out a little bit. So what you need to do is get some ballistol or furniture wax, put a little on your finger, and rub all around the frame with it in case the JB weld sticks to here, like in case it squishes out and sticks to here. That's what you want to do so you can get the grip back off. So I will do that. The first thing I got to do is, so no JB weld gets in that hole, you got to fill it up with soap like this, which I did, and then soap it up. Use that soap dust, just rub it all around it. Okay, use some soap up that bad boy. Okay, and do the other side. Just pack it with soap, and then you want to get the soap all around the edges on the outside of it too, because it's going to release, like I was telling you, the JB weld if you ever have to take the grips off. Now I need a, which I should have plenty of toothbrushes. Get that excess out of there. Okay. Okay, that's filled up with soap. Alright. Now, what I'm going to do is I'll use ballistol because I use it for everything. I don't have furniture wax. And I'll just spray a little on my finger. Wrong finger, I'm right-handed. Okay, and just rub it all around the edges like that. I want these grips on good because I will shoot this gun. I'm not just going. It ain't going to be a conversation piece. This is a gun. This is a real gun. I'm going to treat it like it's a real gun. So, okay, there we go. Okay, that's all nice and wet. So it will repel the JB weld if it gets on anywhere. Okay, that's that. And you can use the Don recommends furniture polish for best results. So if you have that, use that. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to get this JB Weld and mix it together and fill in the holes on the back of this grip. It's just one hole right there. All right, I'll be right back. All right, guys, I got my JB Weld ready to go. Now remember, I don't want to fill up the hole too much because when the pin goes in the hole, it's going to take up more space. So I don't want the JB Weld to expand too much and get all over the damn place. So what I'll do is I'll fill the hole up maybe halfway. So what you do is with this is you take equal parts of it, that much, okay? Remember, you don't want a lot. You're just trying to secure the grip. And about that much, it's about equal. And we're going to mix it up with this 1-inch putty knife. Alright. Right on there. Gather it all up again. You only want a little bit. Now it looks nice and gray, right? That's about right. I only want a little bit of that. So I figure maybe this much. And I want to fill this hole up with it. I'll have to mix more for the other side. Let's do one side at a time. Okay. Okay. I don't want to get too much of that on there. Okay, that's one side. Now I'll put that side on. Now I'm going to scrape the excess off. Okay, now that's why I put the ballast all over the place, because this is going to get all over the frame. Okay, this is the other side. So I'll put this one on first. This is the side with the cross. Okay. Now JB Weld takes up to 4 to 6 hours to dry. Okay. Now you got to work kind of fast because that's one side. Now, way to go! It's called gravity, numbnuts. Gravity. Whew, Jesus, I can't believe I just did that. Yes, I can. I thought it would hold it because I thought it'd be stiff enough to hold it. Okay, there's that one. Okay, now we're going to do the other side, but I don't have enough here, so I got to mix more up. I got my other batch mixed for the other grip. Trying to work fast here. And I'm going to, about that much, I'm going to fill that in. Now you're going to get some all on the outside of the grip, and if that happens, it's not a big deal. We'll just wipe it with an oily rag to get all that. Now I don't want to fill the hole all the way up. Remember what I said? Because the pin's going to take up space and it's going to squash out. I don't want too much of it to squash out. That's perfect. Here's a little bit of not filled in there, and that's what I want. Now I'm going to put this on the gun. This flips over this way. I love old Western guns. I love them. Okay, now I'm going to put my screw in right away. If I can find it right here. Hopefully it finds the thread. Man, that screw just makes it. I mean, it just grabs it. Okay. Now, put it on semi. Now, hurry up and get my silicone cloth and get this excess JB Weld off the outside because this shit dries like concrete. Okay, get all that off of there. And now I'm going to position my grips to how I think they fit the best. So let's get this mess out of here. Let's bring the gun back. Okay. Now under here I'm going to look and make sure you want them fitted in here the best. Okay. This is why you got to do this, because they'll move around because that hole's big. You know what I mean? And the JB Weld's going to give it that solidness you want. Look in here, nice and tight. That's the most important part. Nice and tight. That looks good. Now what I'm going to do is get the screw down a little bit more tight. Like that. Now, after that, I'm going to wipe it down. Now remember, that hole's big, right? So the grips, if you're rough enough with them, they will still move. So right now I'm just going to lightly get all the excess JB Weld off the gun, and then I'm going to put a clamp on it. There's a little right there. Got it. Okay. Now to me they look fitted very nicely. And now I'm going to get my freaking clamp. I got this from, so this is good stuff like this, Harbor Freight. Let me get back here so we see what's going on here. These are great, stuff like this from Harbor Freight. They got rubber bumpers on them. Okay. So, okay. I'm just going to clamp it down, just down the ass end of the gun here. And these won't hurt my gun because they got rubber pads on them. Now I'm going to give it a little tight squeeze, okay? Not too tight, because you don't want to move the grips. Just like that. Alright. Now I'll let that sit for 4 hours. What time is it? 1 o'clock. So 5 o'clock, I'll take the grip off. And I still won't manhandle it too much, but I think I'll be in the safe zone. And then make sure the screw's nice and tight. Okay. I think it's going to be great. Alright, when it's all done, I'll show you guys what it looks like. And then give you the full effect of these beautiful grips that Don made. Now, Western and Wildlife Wonders. That's the name of his company. I just showed you everything he does. And I will put his link at the bottom. If you got a cowboy gun, what did I pay for the grips? $72, $75. Do you know how cheap that is for someone to custom make you grips? Do you know what he had to go through to make them grips? He had to mill out. He had I just had coffee. He had to actually mill out a hollow area so that cross fits in perfectly. Also, he actually had to bend the cross, okay, to curve with the grips to give it that beautiful finish fit look, okay? So that's a lot of work. It takes a long time. And $75, I mean, you'll pay $75 for grips that ain't custom made at all. Just regular grips, you know what I'm saying? So if you want to make your Colt or your Ruger Vaquero or your Breder Stampede, you want to make it look awesome with these awesome grips, check the dude out. Check the dude out. No, he didn't do them for free for me. I don't want you to think I'm getting stuff for free. I told him I was so thrilled with his work, I need to tell other people about it. Okay? Alright. See you in a little while. Alright. There it is. That's the finished product right there. The epoxy has been drying. It's not all the way dry yet, but it's dry enough for me to take the clamps off. It's been drying for 4 hours. It's now 5 o'clock. It started drying around 1 o'clock. But they say the JB Weld really don't cure for about 24 hours. So I won't handle it too much tonight. I'll put it on my, bring it in my living room and look at it all night. Like I said, it's like looking at a fucking centerfold, this thing. Let me give you a little close-up on the cross. Let this camera behave itself. And it is. Look at that, man. What the hell? Look how much better that gun looks. It's amazing what grips do for a gun, dudes. It really is. Look at that. That is the Ruger Vaquero Pretty much a replica of the Colt Peacemaker. 45 long Colt with the awesome 310 to Yuma grips. Made by Don Holman. I'll tell you who he was. And he did a beautiful job on it, man. So just giving you the finished, here's a good shot. That's a good angle right there. Alright, man. Let me know what you guys think. I think it's ready to rock and roll. Later.